I'm in my workshop today and I just thought I'd do a quick video on reasons why I love horticulture and how I got into horticulture, because a couple of years ago, or maybe last year, it's been a while, I did a video on my career in horticulture and how I started, and I never really explained why. Like, I had so many questions afterwards, like, oh, I'm ready to take the leap into horticulture, I do this career, I'm studying this at uni, but I think I fancy horticulture instead, I want to change it up, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, it's a big risk to take, etc. And I just, coming from someone who went to uni, didn't like it, and decided to go into horticulture, just thought I'd explain some of the reasons why I actually decided this was a good career choice and it's something that I wanted to do long term. When I first started in horticulture, it was actually mainly a career jump. So I had started in one field, which was media studies, and I went to uni to do it, and I decided I didn't like it and I just left uni and I had no career path. And for me, I knew at that moment I didn't want to be inside, I didn't want to have an office job, I didn't want to work this 9-to-5 strict routine of sort of working for other people and just not enjoying what I'm doing. So my grandmother, typical story, said, oh, I need some help, would you help in someone's garden and my garden and learn a bit from me and grow into being a horticulturalist, as it turned out, no pun intended. So in, I think it was 2015, maybe 2016, I started helping my gran and working in horticulture, and I had no official qualifications at this point. It was more of like a part-time thing, like I was unemployed, so I had flexibilities and I wasn't paying rent or anything. So I had lots of flexibility on taking the leap and going into horticulture in that way, and I had lots of support. And I thought it was just going to be a part-time thing, I thought it was going to be this long-term thing, but as I carried on going, and I did like week after week of helping with her and helping with this client, I suppose, that I had, I just realised that I really, really loved it. And a few of those reasons were the fact that it was just outdoors, it was in fresh air, I could set my own schedule, I could work for the people I liked, and I could work with my hands and be creative and really enjoy my job and do things like this. Number one is it's a brand new career path, it's not the same as your friends, it's not the same as what people currently do. You're working outdoors, you know, doing something completely different. Reason number two, you don't have to love horticulture to get into it. There's so many different aspects to horticulture. So like, if you love any part of it, this will encompass it. So if you like something about it, like houseplants or landscaping or design or the history of gardens, etc., that's a great reason to get into it, because a passion can become a career quite easily. Number three, you can sort of set your own salary. You can work as little or as much as you want, really. You can really grind 7 days a week, or you can do like 2-3 days a week, and as long as you are reliable and you stick to this and you continue it and you set people's expectations and everything, you can work how and when you want. And obviously you need to make money to survive, but as long as you're enjoying life and your work-life balance is good, then enjoy it. Number four is it's just really enriching. They say one of the best things to sort of help with mental health and like just being yourself is being outdoors, and I really found this growing up was quite difficult. I didn't really know where to fit in and everything, and I sort of found horticulture, and it's definitely a place that I know I belong. Like, it's definitely part of my passion and I know I can grow things, and it's really exciting. Number five is the people. There's just so many different types of people, and it's such a community, and you can join Facebook pages, Facebook groups, set them on Instagram, and meet and connect with loads of great people who are just like, you know, fantastic at what they do, so passionate and excellent, and like, you're sort of friends for life if you make friends in gardening or horticulture, because like every gardener in their life will like have a question. You can never like learn everything, so everyone has to connect all the time just to, you know, stay on top of things and understand new things and work with each other. And also there's quite limited like continuous growth in one field, so you do have to hop around a bit, so making connections and everything is a really good way to do so, and you get to talk to people all the time. Obviously corona wise at the moment you're not meeting people, but Instagram, everyone's on Instagram, everyone's on Facebook, you're meeting people all the time. Number six is that I'm just like a proper practical learner. Like, I'm so practical, everything is, I'm like a, I don't even know the words, I'm just like I learn with my hands and I learn with my eyes. I don't learn by like listening, shock, and I can't take notes and anything. It just doesn't really work. So horticulture for me was like a really accessible course that I could study really easily, and I felt like I was with similar minded people that worked in that same way, so we all felt like we could learn in similar ways and grow in similar ways, and it was just really like enriching compared to like the usual schools that I'd been attending. Obviously, like everyone you sort of attend, and it's so academic and you have to keep your grades up all the time. You're learning to one set way, and it's all theory based, and everything is so like by the book. And then you join and do a course like horticulture, and it's just completely different, and everything's like, just chuck your book away, let's go out, let's do a practical. Obviously theory is really important, don't get me wrong, but like it's like on a Wednesday they'd be like, chuck your book out, let's go get the hedge trimmer, let's go get some plant pots, let's plant this up, let's do a practical on roses. Like, just let's get out there and learn it, let's go dig up these borders, let's go do that. So you were never like sat in a classroom, and even in a classroom they'd often bring outside in and you'd be like surrounded by some plants and they'd make you identify them, etc. Another thing to not worry about, plant names. But yeah, I think those are some of the top reasons why I just thought horticulture was the best path for me. It's just to sum it up, it's just really enriching. Even if you don't have like a burning passion at the beginning for this subject, you just develop it, like the community and the work itself and the learning and education. You just sort of grow to learn to love it. How many times can I say grow in this video? You just learn to love it, and it really, even if at the beginning you like struggle in some way, like you can't give up, because horticulture is full of mistakes. Every time you make a mistake, it's an educational moment, so you just learn from that. And you know, if I hadn't found horticulture, I'd dread to think I'd be working a 9-to-5 office job, because that would be absolutely horrendous. And I'm so glad I did find it and that I did continue, because I could have quite easily like started in it with my granny and everything, and then thought, you know what, this is just part-time, and I could have just thrown it away and not made it anything serious. And I know I would have regretted it if I'd done that. So I'm really pleased that I stuck with it, and that now I work full-time in horticulture. I have my own business, and you know, I'm just really glad that's the path I chose, and I get to work in excellent gardens all the time. I mean, I'm saying they're excellent, I take care of them, so obviously they're excellent, but working with the people and working in these gardens is just like really good. And you don't have like a to-do list you tick off physically, but when you see your garden, like every day you could be doing menial things that look small, but when you see your garden like come to life in summer, you're like, that's the reason I'm doing it, that's why I love it. So, you know, if you're ever feeling like you might want to take part in something horticultural, or you just have this feeling that you're inclined to learning in a practical way, etc., I definitely take a look at this as a proper career option. Vocational careers are not to be sniffed at, they're good long-term careers, and I really enjoy mine. So yeah, that's just some of the reasons why I love horticulture and why I made that video on how to start a career in horticulture, because at the time I was like, this is how you do it, and then so many people were like, but why? And now I have to explain, because you guys are just gonna be like saying, I don't even know if I want to do this, but you should consider it, even if it's just part-time, even if it's just studying, because obviously qualifications are most important, get those first. But yeah, enjoy it, have fun with it, and make it a proper lifestyle and a career rather than just a job.